Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Before we get into this video, I wanted to say thank you so much for 1,000 subscribers. I know to some that's not a lot, but that is such a huge milestone for me. So I just want to say thank you to everybody that has subscribed to my channel. Thank you for tuning into this video and for continuing to support me. So today I am doing a little get ready with me using all brand new makeup that I got in my VIB sale haul, which if you have not seen that video yet, I will have it linked down below. It is a massive haul, so now you guys get to see some of those products in action. This is just kind of like a first impression on all of these products. I will be doing a haul update in a few weeks or so, and yeah, I think that's everything that I wanted to say before we get into the video. If you have not yet, please do subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. And give this video a thumbs up if you like these types of videos so I know to keep doing them. Let's get started with the video. I'm going to be starting off with my eyes because that's kind of what I always do. First product that I'm going to be going in with, this is the Nars Tinted Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. This is in the shade Medium. I'm just going to take my sponge to kind of blend that in. It actually adds quite a bit of coverage. I wasn't really expecting that because most eyeshadow primers that have like a tint or color to them normally kind of sheer out on the eye and they don't actually like add coverage. The palette I'm using today is the Urban Decay Naked Cherry. You guys were probably expecting me to use the Huda Beauty one. I decided I think I'm going to do a separate dedicated video on that palette and then probably play around with other new makeup from my haul because I got too much and I can't use it all in this one video. So I'm first going in with the shade Hotspot. This is just a light kind of creamy color. And I'm basically going to be using this to set that primer, make sure that there isn't going to be any creasing. This shadow is really pigmented. This shade is pretty messy here if you can see all of that kick up there. I'm first going in with this shade Juicy. This is a little bit more of a peachy pink tone color and I'm going to be using this more as the transition shade. And then taking the shade Feels, which is right beside it. It's a little bit deeper in tone. And I'm going to throw this in my crease as well just to kind of deepen things up. I don't feel like this shade is coming up as deep on the eye as it looks in the pan. I mean, there's a difference, but I did build this up about, this is I think my 4th, 5th time now. Didn't really give me that depth that I was looking for. I'm going to take the shade Bang here. I don't know if you can even really tell, but I feel like this is just not very pigmented. That's 3 times and that's not a ton of pigment. And it's kind of strange because the shadows very soft and creamy and they're quite powdery in the pan, which makes you think that you're going to get a ton of pigment, but I feel like that's not the case. I'm going to try going in with a different brush and seeing how that works. Maybe something that's a little bit more dense and just try kind of packing it, I guess. I'm then taking the shade Devilish. I definitely do not like the way this shade is performing. It is quite patchy, really patchy, and not going on very pigmented. Going in with the shade Privacy, this is the deepest shade in the palette. It's just a deep brown, and I'm going to take this on the outer corner and just kind of see if I can deepen this look up a little bit. That's really disappointing. I'm really packing on the shadow onto this brush. There's a lot of pigment there and it just goes on the eye as if there's nothing there. This is really frustrating. That went on really patchy as well. It could have been because of that shade before it, Devilish, which was really patchy, but this just looks absolutely horrible right now. I don't know how it's translating on camera, but in person this looks horrendous, and I'm honestly quite embarrassed. Like at this point, if I was actually getting ready to go somewhere, I would be taking this all off and just completely starting over because this looks really bad. And as you can see, there is quite a bit of fallout with those shadows. For my lid shade, I'm going to go in with this Kaja trio. I still don't know 100% how to pronounce it. I want to say Kaja, but correct me if I'm wrong. So this is the rosewater trio. There isn't like specific names, but I think I'm gonna go in with this second shade here. More of a pink tone with like kind of glitter to it. Looks really, really pretty. I am going to spray it with some Fix Plus, which is just going to help it kind of stick better to the eye as well as intensify it more. I feel like with this type of shadow you could also use glitter glue, and that would probably really emphasize the look. I'm just gonna go in with setting spray for now. Wow, that is so pretty. Okay, that is the eye look mainly done for now. I just kind of wanted to go over a couple things. The palette, I'm kind of on defense about. Like, I really wanted this to work. I really love the tones in here. I think it's a gorgeous palette. I feel like the shadows were easy to work with for the most part. Like, blending and everything, I didn't really have any issues. But I feel like they weren't showing up very pigmented on the eyes. A couple of them were going on quite patchy, and I just don't feel like they were as vibrant on the eyes as they kind of looked in the pans. Like, looking at my eyeshadow right now, I can only tell 2 different eyeshadow colors from this palette, and I actually used 5. Like, I feel like everything just kind of muddied together. I'm really on defense about it. I think I'm gonna have to use it a few more times to really see where my opinion stands, but as of right now, I'm kind of disappointed. I'm at the point with eyeshadow palettes that I just have so many that if it is not unique enough and it doesn't perform as well as my other eyeshadow palettes, then it's like not worth it. I don't see myself reaching for it because I have so many palettes that work amazing that I don't have issues with. I'm gonna have to try this out a few more times. You guys will end up getting my like official opinion on it when I do my haul update. This little eyeshadow trio, I kind of love this. I love the concept of having like 3 eyeshadows in this one little trio. It's great for traveling, and I think the shadows are beautiful. I feel like the base of the shadow is kind of sheer, and it's the glitter that kind of really pops, because like looking at it, it doesn't look like full pigment. I'm just like really noticing the glitter and like a sheer wash of, I guess, pink. I didn't really have any issues applying it with a brush. Sometimes shadows like this don't really work with brushes, but I do think it worked with a brush. I think it worked well with your finger. I recommend using a like Fix Plus or something, or even a glitter glue would probably make this pop a lot more. But so far, I do really like this shadow. I think they are gorgeous. The first thing I'm going to do is prime. I'm going to go in with the Farsali Rose Gold Elixir. This is their 24 karat gold infused beauty oil. I don't necessarily know if this is supposed to be a primer. It sounds like it's supposed to be like a moisturizer, but I'm going to use it anyways because I can always use some moisture in my skin. I hope you guys can like see the little bits of gold in it. So pretty. So I'm just going to take a couple drops of that into my hand and just kind of put that on my face. It feels really nice on the skin, really hydrating. My skin looks very luminous and glowy right now. I'm then going in with the Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer Base. This is quite a thick, like, primer. When I use smoothing primers like this, I typically go for, like, the Smashbox one or, like, Benefit Professional. So this is quite a bit thicker than those ones. Oh, yeah. I definitely notice it smoothing my pores though. Like, they're quite filled in. They look really good. For foundation, I'm going in with the Too Faced Born This Way. This is in the shade Swan. This is not a new foundation to me. I have owned this one before. I know I like it. I have not tried this shade yet. So we'll see how this works for me. This is a really pretty like medium to full coverage foundation. Just looks really good on my skin. I like the way my skin looks with it. This may be a little bit light for me right now because I am going away in December. So I've been tanning just because I don't want to go there looking like a ghost since it is winter. And my foundations I all got in my normal shade range because I'm only tanning for the trip. And then after that, like, I'm done tanning because I don't want to get into it. So this might be a little bit light on me, but we'll fix it with bronzer and stuff. Wow. Oh yeah, I do definitely look pale. I'm going to be going in with the Huda Beauty Overachiever Concealer. This is in the shade Marshmellow. This is supposed to be a super full coverage concealer. So I'm excited to try that out. It is in like a squeezy tube, and then it has this like little metal kind of applicator. It's a little bit different for a concealer. That concealer is definitely sitting really weirdly right in these areas. Like it's kind of separating. So I don't really know what product is causing that, whether it's the oil, whether it's the Tarte primer, whether it's the concealer, but that is something to mention. Then I'm going in with the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder, and I will use this to set my entire face. I do think it's really, really pretty, and I do notice like it's not a really flat, like matte powder. It's not making my skin look necessarily oily. It just makes it look healthy. I guess that's the right word to use. I'm going to quickly do my lower lash line so that that is done and out of the way. I'm literally just going to take the shade Feels, this one right there, run this across my lower lash line. Oh, that definitely went on pigmented under here. And then I'm going to try using the shade Devilish, the deeper like burgundy color, in my outer corner and see if I can get some depth. Oh yeah. There, it worked quite nicely on the lower lash line. I'm going in with the MAC Studio Fix Contour Palette. I'm going to take the first shade here and just kind of contour my cheekbones. For bronzer, I'm going in with the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. I do feel like this is a little bit more of a warmer bronzer than I typically have been using. Very pigmented though. I'm gonna go in with the Too Faced Sugar Peach Wet and Dry Face and Eye Palette. I think I'm gonna mix these two blushes here just to kind of give me like the perfect combination between like neutral and pink. These both have like a sheen to them, so I'm gonna kind of just be light, gentle with it. I don't know how pigmented these are. Ooh, ooh, do you see that glow though? Wow, I'm gonna look like a disco ball after, and I can't say that I'm complaining. Wow, like that glow right there. Ooh. That is very, very glowy. I do feel like this blush is a little bit more glow than like color though. I'm gonna go into the Jouer Rose Gold Blush Duo. I'm taking the shade Rose Petal, the light pink shade. I'm just gonna pop this on my cheeks as well, just to kind of give me more color, because I don't want to go in more with the other one because it's already so glowy. I'm next going in with highlight. I'm going to use the Lancôme Starlight Sparkle Highlighting Palette. I really haven't seen much about this or anything about it, so I thought I would give it a go. I guess these don't have shade names. I'm going to mix the middle shade, which is more of like the champagne, with this kind of pink one. I do think the highlighter is really, really pretty. You can definitely see that nice glow. but I don't know if I like the way it sits on my skin. I'm gonna set everything right now just so that it can all kind of sink in together. I'm going in with the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. Oh, this feels so light and refreshing and I love it. I'm gonna finish my eyes off camera because there's nothing else new and exciting to use. And then I will be right back. So here is the final look. I will have to test everything out a lot more before I make up my final opinion on it, and I will be doing a update so you guys will get to know everything that worked for me and everything that didn't in that video. I think that's everything for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next one.